I chuckle. Just doing these things in the afternoon might have some problems. I've had, in the last half hour, I've had some phone calls. I finally took the phone off the hook, and uh, and I got a notification that my website was hacked. And I've started making some corrections there. I went back to the home page and got it back to where it's supposed to be, but I still have other things that I need to do. But in any case, I usually don't have this problem when I'm doing it in the middle of the night of things like that, although I sometimes have computer issues, so that's not necessarily new. You never know when they're going to happen. Anyway, the title that I've selected for today is Astrological Alignments, Dates, and Other Promises of Change. And a little blurb that I wrote a little over a half an hour ago. Well, actually, I wrote it earlier than that. As I continue to rearrange my personal schedule, I'm taking a look back and seeing how much I have depended on predictions to bolster my sense that the world is changing. Of course, I want it to change. Which is why I've gotten so excited and uplifted by positive predictions. It's like taking a shot of enthusiasm. We're not talking drugs here. I stay away from drugs as much as possible. If it were a drug, you might call it hope. The truth is, most of the predictions that gave me the most hope never panned out the way I expected, leaving me disappointed, along with many others who took the same medicine. Nevertheless, even with all of the disappointments, and there have been many, I still choose to hope for a better future. I'm not just going to rely on astrological alignments, special dates, or prophecies, whether ancient or modern. How does this affect me in my everyday life? That's what I want to examine a bit today. Oh, before I was getting the phone calls, I actually had pulled something else up on my website. Let's see if I can find that page again. No, I'm not finding it. Anyway, a new listener that's been listening only a short while, her and her husband, she asked a question about the 4:44, that she notices that I usually start at 4:44 a.m. and now I'm doing it at p.m. or at least till I change my mind. But 4:44 to me, Karen, is it means grounding master energy on earth. It's grounding the heavenly energy on earth, and my mission has long been to establish the kingdom of heaven on earth in physical 3D reality, or in four dimensions, actually, in the fourth dimension, which is in time, not timelessness, but in time. Because to me, continuity and sequence is also important in our life experience. Life would be horrible, in my viewpoint, if you experienced everything all at once. The beauty of time is that it allows you to experience things sequentially. So I don't see time and many other things that spiritual teachers talk about as being important. I think time is important, and it's important in time to recognize the eternality of life and the interconnectedness of life. But at the same time, it's a gift to be able to experience things in sequence rather than everything all at once. That's just my opinion. Anyway, I have really been examining myself, my life, my belief systems, my schedule. I've purposefully chosen to shake things up by doing the videos in the afternoon. I've made it a point to, I'm not going to have anything scheduled in the mornings on Saturdays and Sunday mornings, so that I can free up Fridays and Saturday nights for potential dating. I haven't been on a date in a long time, but I want to start actually going on some dates, and I don't know. I haven't asked anybody yet, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But I'm going to at least try to make room in my life without having to get up early, to allow for the possibility of having someone in my life a little bit more than what has been, because that's something that's important to me as well. And for those of you that don't understand I embrace my humanity. I embrace my ego. I embrace my um all of my emotions, whether they're considered positive or negative. I embrace life. I embrace my shadow to the best of my ability and do everything I can in my power to take responsibility for it, to see it as a wounded child, and to bring healing to that part of my being that has been ostracized by me in the past and by the culture in which I've been raised and by many religious and spiritual traditions. We have been divided, and there's been an attack on our humanity as if humanity is something less than, and it's not. It's actually more than. Being able to ground the heavenly energies on earth or in physical dimensions is a gift. It's not a curse. It may seem like a curse because there's been so many lies mixed in with it. Lies about it. Our sexuality has been debased. Everything in our physical world has been called an illusion. We've been called sinners. I mean, our whole tradition, it has been built around making us feel as if we're not good enough, as there's something wrong with us, that we're broken. And yeah, we are clueless sometimes. We do miss a lot of things because we've been brainwashed and programmed and conditioned out of them. But for those of you that want to embrace a spirituality of escapism and denial, have at it. You're in the wrong channel. You don't want to be with me because that's not what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about how to heal and become whole, not how to separate yourself and more lies of separation. And that's the foundation and the focus of where I am in my life. It's undergoing some changes in my belief systems. Earlier I had gone under some changes, moving from a fundamentalist Christianity into more of a New Age type of spirituality, and now I'm seeing some of the things in the New Age spirituality that are not things that I think are helpful to what I consider important, namely to embrace all of our being, including the physical part, and heal ourselves as humans. And that, to me, is divine. But along this pathway and how I got started on this thing of making videos, I'm not going to go into the whole story, but it was basically understanding the ninth wave of the Mayan calendar, that it was going to come to an end on October 28th, 2011. And it seemed real to me, and I really focused on that date. I started on January the 11th, 2011. I didn't know on that date that I would be doing daily videos, but within a week or two, I was doing daily videos and have continued ever since. There's been a video posted every day, whether it's by myself or more recently, I've been having conversations with various people, and I think that started in April or May. But in any case, I've continued to move along this line of doing the daily videos, and there have been dates when October 28th, 2011 didn't bring the changes, the massive visible changes that I had thought were coming. It was disheartening, but I thought, well, it's 11/11, it's 11/11/11. And so I, moved the date forward a little bit to a newer date, and then nothing happened there with that alignment, and there's been all sorts of planetary alignments after that were supposed to bring great changes. There's been eclipses and all sorts of other astrological things that were supposed to have significant meaning. And of course, the 12/12/12 and the 12/21/12 dates were supposed to be really significant. July 4th, 2012 was supposed to be really significant. There have been other dates for 2013 that have been supposed to be really significant. The October 29th was supposed to be a special alignment of planets that was very, very rare, and that was supposed to be another one. And now there's another one here coming up is it September or October? I don't remember which. But there's all sorts of dates prophesied, and we're supposed to see big changes, and they're usually always disappointing. I'm not going to play the game of dates or astrological alignments. They are meaningless. Change is happening. I can see change happening. There are people all over the planet that are working on new systems of finance, new systems of commerce, new systems of government, new systems of medicine, new systems of energy, new systems of media. In fact, the internet is the media of the future. Uh, it's not going to be newspapers or magazines. This is the mainstream. This alternative media is actually becoming the mainstream media for people that are willing to think and willing to look at alternatives and willing to look at truth instead of the lies and the propaganda fed to us by the powers that used to be and want to still be, but they're defeated. They've been defeated by the OPPT and other things that people have done along the way, although the appearance of all the changes still hasn't happened. And that's frustrating for me. It's frustrating for many other people. We want to see, I mean, like a lot of people say, where's the money? Where's the money? Well, the monetary system is where a lot of the problem has always been. It's been where our imprisonment has taken place when we didn't even realize we were slaves. We were enslaved to a monetary system that is false and corrupt and fraudulent, and it's a Ponzi scheme, and it has controlled everything in our world. The current financial system has controlled everything. That's coming to an end. I'm not going to predict dates because dates are meaningless. It's an unfolding, and things have been happening all along the way. Perhaps on some of those dates, certain things happened, but they were happening in the heavens. They weren't happening here on earth, or at least the manifest form of what occurred at that time was not revealed. In other words, we didn't see it in 3 dimensions. And to me, 5D, 12D, 144D, or whatever still includes the 3D. If it eliminates the 3D, there's something wrong with it, because that's annihilation to me. That's eliminating the physical. And the last thing I want to do to creation is eliminate the creation of physicality, to eliminate the physical world. I don't want to live in a world that has no exchange of energy between polarities. I don't want to live in a world that has no polarity. I don't want to live where there's no male and female. I don't want to live in a world where there's no light and dark and contrast. I don't want to live in a world. I do want to live in a world that's based on truth, where each person is responsible for his or herself, and no one can violate their free will. That's the kind of world that I envision. That's the kind of world that I see coming, that I see us collectively creating together. Of course, collective means together. We're creating it now. It's happening now. And we are going through changes. But I want to make it really, really clear. I lost the whole page. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I guess it's running, I hope. I hope everything is okay when I finish this. But I wanted to make it clear to people where I am right now, and one of the things, for those of you that are relatively new, I don't give you BS. I mean, if I have a bad day, I'm going to tell you I have a bad day. I even had a drink before my last video, a screwdriver down and one sitting there waiting to be finished when I finished the video. Only had 2 sips out of it before the video. And I've done that once before, where I had drinks before I did the video. I think that's only the second time. Yes, I drink an alcoholic beverage on occasion. Those of you that know, I drink a screwdriver now and again. And when I go to hear my son's band play, if they don't have screwdrivers, then I'll drink whatever they have. I mean, it's blueberry pear cider is what I drink when I go to the Kilted Mermaid, and other places it might be wine, because there might be beer and wine, and I don't like beer. So anyway, mostly 99, 98, 99% of all beverage that I consume in my life is water. Pure water that I bless, just like I bless all of my food. I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan. I eat everything. I'm an omnivore. That might not be spiritual for some of you people. I want you to know that I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me. And if it offends you, me being me, well, that's your problem. You don't have to watch my videos. You don't have to be my friend on Facebook or something like that if that's offensive to you. I'm not going to go on to your channels if you have one. I'm not going to go onto your Facebook wall and challenge you and your belief system. That's not where I come from. It's not my job to fix you or to correct you, or I share where I am. And some people derive benefit from that. Some people are uplifted because of that and encouraged because of that. And those are the people that are part of my family, if you will, that are now aware of being part of my family because we're resonating together on the same frequency. So that's where I am as I look at my life and as I evaluate where I've been and where I want to go. Yes, it's important to me that I connect with, if not my spiritual partner, at least start having some fun in my life and making room for it, which is why I've changed the time that I'm doing the videos. I'm still working with Peter and Aristo on rescheduling when we do those things, because I don't want to do the Peter. I've been videotaping on Sunday. I've sent him three emails now, and I have not heard back from him yet regarding a new day to do that, because I don't want to do it on Saturday or Sunday anymore. I want to keep those days open. In any case, I'm bringing you up to date on where I am, and I thank those of you that are part of my family and continue to listen. I thank you for your love and for your support, and I just appreciate so much. And even those of you that maybe not totally resonate with me, but nicely share different points of view, that's fine, as long as it doesn't come across as you're coming across as if you're perfect. As Aristo said, the real issue is not one of attacking or anything like that. It's one of coming across as being superior, a holier than thou attitude. And if that's where you're going to come across as, you're wasting your time, because I'm just going to cut it off. I don't want to hear you're holier than thou. I've been a fundamentalist Christian. I don't want to hear those arguments. I've been a New Age, whatever you want to call it, believer to some degree, New Thought, New Age. Some of those things I still believe. Some of the Christian things I still believe. But I'm not a fundamentalist Christian. I'm not an evangelical. I'm not an Orthodox Christian. And I'm not a dyed-in-the-wool New Ager either. I experiment with living, and my spirituality is alive, and it's growing. It's organic. It's physical, and it's ethereal, both. That's where I am. Thank you for listening, and namaste. I hope this makes sense to some of you.